Hi, good morning. This is Tim with Evans Tire and Automotive, and I'd like to tell you a little story here. Yesterday afternoon I was in my office and I heard the sound of screeching tires, and usually when we hear that, the next sound that we hear is the sound of a collision where somebody's ran into the back of someone, or maybe someone's pulled out in front at the intersection. But when I got out of the office and went to look, actually what I saw was this Lincoln Town Car here that was sitting in the turn lane, and when I looked at it, what I saw was the right front tire was all the way up against the fender here, and you could see that something in the suspension had gone awry. Well, as we go out to investigate, when the gentleman gets out of the vehicle, I immediately realize that it's actually one of our clients that we see from time to time, and I recognized the vehicle, and I was thinking, I thought that they were going to get rid of that vehicle. Well, last year we had actually recommended that they replace some ball joints on the vehicle, and obviously they didn't get it taken care of. And as you can see here, hopefully you can see where this wheel is just flopping here. So when we get up underneath it here, I'm going to switch angles here so we can look at actually the suspension. You can see here where they were actually, as they were locking the wheels up, you can actually see the yellow paint from the center line there, yellow paint on the control arm. I mean, he was really doing a great job of driving, but you'll see here where the ball joint has become separated from the lower control arm. And really it's by the grace of God that they were able to be safe. There was no one else involved in the accident, and nobody got hurt. So, a lot of times we make these recommendations for suspension checks, replacing ball joints and steering parts, and please don't ignore those, because they're obviously designed for just to control the vehicle, and it's your safety that's involved. So make sure that you get those regular checks. I mean, this vehicle only had a little over 90,000 miles on it, so it doesn't take a lot of miles before you start to see some wear and tear. So please make sure whenever we make those recommendations, let's get those things addressed so that you don't have any problems like this gentleman had. If he had been running 70, 80 miles an hour down the highway on the interstate, it could have certainly been a much, much different picture. So thanks a lot for watching, and let's get those suspension checks done.